What's up, fellas? It's your boy Dark Hell coming to you from the rig with another quick informative video, man. So we're gonna be talking today about these air manifolds and these air pressure sensor switches that come on these Freightliners, and they pretty much come on all trucks, right? You know, these are those little sensors, air pressure sensors that they go bad. They have like a little electric prong in the back. They screw in. They got a real small little, nipple. You screw it into this air manifold thing where all these airlines are going to. And usually those things, when they go bad, they start hissing air. They start making like a train horn sound, like they're very annoying. Now some of them are just the kickbacks, which means that they'll just go off when you press the brake. Some of them, when they go bad, they just hiss continuously and leak massive air, and you will have to change it like fast because you're losing air. So back in November, I did have that happen to me. Back in November, I had the pressure switch sensor go back on me, which is the one that controls the tractor release valve. So as soon as I push the tractor release valve on, it's just constantly losing air. At first I thought that the valve for the brake release valve was bad, and I actually had a spare one in the back. When I first got this truck, I had an issue with the air valve, and we ended up changing all of them, trying to find the one it was. We changed the one in the back. We ended up changing I bought the one from here. We didn't change it because it wasn't that. And then we came to find out it was a combination air valve. We changed that. So anyway, I had that spare. So when it happened to me in November, I'm like, okay, this thing probably went bad on me. So my first reaction was to take down the dashboard and check it. Turns out that's not what the problem was. So I put the new one on there, and the problem consisted. And I found out that the problem was actually coming from the manifold, the main air manifold, which is where all those pressure switches are at and all the little airlines are going to. And that is located, if you have a Freightliner Century, like an 05, well, usually mostly also, my uncle has a 99 or 2000, it's located in the same exact spot, and it's actually the same part. It's right underneath the radio, underneath the ashtray cup holder area. You got to remove that lower console part. You do have to remove the ashtray and cup holder area, and you'll have to remove the face off, where the radio is and the AC controls. Once you remove that, which is all, basically most of the stuff is a snap-on. Once you remove those parts, then you'll have like 4 or 5 screws that you have to remove for that lower console area, and where the drawer is and the ashtray. And then once you get that out the way, it's like right there, like you can see it right there. And I'll show you a picture of it with all the wires on it at the end of the video. So this is the part right here. Actually, this is the part right here. This is the old one right here. Okay, I already got the new one installed. Just making a video. So this is called the air manifold. You know what I'm saying? Like the main air manifold bracket. So, and the part number is actually A12-14736-002. And I'll put a picture at the end of the video that has the part number on there as well, in case you guys have an issue like this and you see this video, you can order it. So basically, it's located down there where I said, underneath the console area. Once you get that removed, you don't really gotta pay a mechanic, guys. If you got any kind of basic knowledge of using tools, you can do this yourself, because air valves. And if you look at this part, it's actually like made for dummies. It's color coordinated, so all the hoses that go to where they go actually have color, and you can't really mess this up. I mean, all you really gotta do is take a picture of it before you take it apart, and then just put the hoses back where they go. Like I said, this red, black, orange, green, yellow. You got a couple yellow ones, but the hoses come in that direction. Like, you really cannot mess this up. You got a little gray one here. Now mine's had a plug right here, which I ended up having to remove to put on the new manifold. Some of these Centuries just have this plugged out. Okay, anyway, so this is what it looks like, and these are those pressure switches that go bad. This is one of them right here, off. These little suckers right here, they're anywhere from $8 to $12. This particular one, I believe, is about $8 or $9. Guys, if you get one of these to go bad, I'm telling you right now, do not go to the Peterbilt or Kenworth to buy this. I went on Saturday when I took off my dashboard console and got to this part, which has all the holes. Like I said, you'll see a picture of it at the end of the video. I immediately found out which one was bad. The best way to test that is you get a little spray bottle, put some water and some soap in it, shake it, and then just spray this. Make sure your AC is charged up. I mean, not AC, your air pressure is charged up. Spray this up, and then just hit the brake, and you'll see the bubbles of the one that's bad. In this case, this was the one that was bad right here, and it just spins and spins and never comes off. you're gonna need a 1" and 1/16 deep socket to remove these, just so you know, to save you a headache, because I had to go back out to go get that. So I ended up going to a Freightliner dealer on a Saturday, and due to COVID-19, they were closed early, and I really wanted to get it fixed. So I ended up going down the street to the Peterbilt dealer, which they were open, and I had to pay $26 for one of these. This is the old one, but I had to pay $26 for one of these. This is a $9 part at the Freightliner dealer. I don't know if they did that because it's a Freightliner part or they're just more expensive. Just keep that in mind. So yeah, so here's the main thing about the video, guys. Guys, if you're having an air leak behind your dashboard and you find out that it's one of these little test switches, back in November, this one, actually the one I got in my hand, is the one that went bad on me. That went right here. I mean right here. And I was able, it actually came off. You know, I went to a TA, the tech was able to take it off. The issue that I had this time was, this one right here, as you can see, is really beat up. I had the socket on there and I was going crazy. Is that it was just turning. It was stripped in there. So I didn't know if I was doing something wrong, so I called the Freightliner guy, the Century guy, which is my uncle. My uncle has about 2 or 3 Centuries. That's the only trucks he ever had. He knows he's inside out. So I called him and I said, hey, I'm trying to take this air pressure switch off from the manifold, and it's just spinning and spinning. Is there something I'm doing wrong? And he just laughed and told me, he was like, well, those things usually don't come off. And I'm like, yeah, but they're meant to screw on and off. He's like, yeah, I know. But he basically, what he was telling me is that about 95 to 98% of the time, you get one of these little suckers that go bad, at least in Freightliner Centuries. I can't say that for all the truck makes and models, but I know for the Freightliner Centuries, Freightliner, this part right here, 96 to 98% of the time, when this part's already old, I'm pretty sure if you got a new one, it'll come on and off easy. When this part is already old, this will strip in there, which is what was the case with this. Once that strips in there, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. This is garbage. It's done. You'll have to buy a whole new manifold, and these switches are so cheap that you might as well buy them new. Now, you can salvage the ones that are there. I know this was bad right here, but all these other ones are good, as well as this one. So I'm keeping them. I haven't gone home to try to salvage these other ones off, which I am. I'm going to try because I ended up buying a brand new manifold. They go for about 120 something bucks, the part only. You can get this with all the air switch, pressure air switch sensors on already for about 204 bucks. So you're probably better off just paying the 204 bucks, getting it brand new with all the switches new. That way you know they're on new, and then you can go ahead and salvage the ones that are good. And you know, maybe in the future if you get a bad one, you know, you get one go bad, you can change it. So that's the issue that I had. It was stripped, guys. If you're getting to that part and you get, remember the socket size is a 1" and 1/16 size deep socket. So if you guys have this problem and you're trying to twist it off and it's not coming off, don't beat your head. Don't even go through all the trouble. Just go buy the part, because that means you're going to need a new manifold. It's stripped. It's not going to come out, and if you get it to go out, the other one's not going to go in. So like I said, it sucks. I don't know. I think that's a big flaw in Freightliner. Why would you make a part that, you know, that's going to go bad like that? But it is what it is. It's a $204. And like I said, it's real easy. It's not something that you really got to pay a mechanic. Now, obviously, if you don't want to waste the time, pay a mechanic to do it. They're going to charge you about 100 bucks for labor. So this took me literally once I went and bought the new part. This is mounted with 3 screws. 1, 2, and 3 right here. 3 screws mounted. It usually is that star stuff. So once you get those 3 screws off, I really highly recommend, that this has a lot of little wires here and they're all the same color. Now this is where the important part is. When you change this part, you want to remove the 3 screws from the old one so you can move it out of the way. Mount the new one on there with no wires and no sensors on it. Well, it's going to come with the sensors. I'm sorry, it'll come with the sensors on already. Mount the new one with the sensors on there. Do not disconnect none of the air lines or electrical wires from the old one until you have the new one mounted. So you remove these 3 wires, these 3 screws, move this down because it will move out of the way, mount the new one, and then one by one at a time, look at it, you know, face it the way it's mounted, and go taking the plugs off and plugging it into the one that looks like. Some of them have a red strip on it, and some are just the small, short black ones, like this one right here. It's a short black thing, and then if you look at this one, it has a long black. There's only one that has a tall black without a red line. There's only one of those. The other tall black ones got a red line on them, if you see right there. And it's going to be new, so you'll be able to see clearly. One of them is the air. One of them goes right here. which it looks like this, but it actually goes on with like air hose. That one doesn't really go bad. That one I salvaged that one because it does not come with that one on it. So keep that in mind. It comes with all the other ones except that one right there. Okay, guys. So again, so before, don't just go crazy and start taking hoses off and unplugging stuff, because you're gonna mess yourself up. Then you really have to go see someone that knows. And they have to come with testers. So listen, these connectors right here, they gotta go to the sensors that they gotta go to dedicated. So take the 3 screws off of the old one, move this down out of the way, mount the new one on with the sensors, and then one at a time, looking at the order that they're in, take the electrical, prongs and put them on there, and go putting the electrical things on the new one while it's on there. That's the first thing I recommend you do. Once you do that, then you can go in this and go doing the airlines one by one. I mean, well, actually, the airlines you can take them off at first, because like I said, they're color coordinated. This is for dummies. I did that last just because I was so worried about messing with this and unplugging one of these wires that I went ahead and just took it down, moved that out of the way, and went one by one putting these on there. So guys, it's a quick fix. This took me about 15 minutes to put on once I removed it. So guys, it's an easy fix. Like I said, a couple of screws, remove the console, you get down there, and then you just change it out. You don't have to pay a mechanic $100 on top of what you pay for parts. If you have the time, you got a little bit of knowledge or tools, just do it yourself. You'll feel good because you fix your truck yourself and you save money. So that's what it is, guys. If you guys got a hissing behind your dashboard when you hit the pedal, or if it's just a continuous hissing, it doesn't go away, you're losing it. When it's continuously, you'll lose air. Sometimes it's just when you hit the pedal. Sometimes it's just when you hit the switch right here. Sometimes when you hit one of these valves. These pressure switches control different things. One, they control the cruise control kickoff, the engine brake kickoff. They control different things. That's why I recommend you buy everything new. Like I said, $204 for this part with all the sensors new except the one right here. You know what I'm saying? If you want to buy it alone because you were able to salvage these, then it's only about $127. And again, at the end of the video, I'll show you a picture of this with the part number listed on top, and I'll show you a picture of the old manifold, which was this one, while it was still on the truck. Alright guys, hopefully this was helpful. Again, if you're getting hissing behind the dashboard, don't panic. You probably got that thing wrong right there. I recommend you buy new. If that's what it is, man. Hopefully this video helps somebody, because when this happened to me, I was going crazy looking for videos and I couldn't really find such an informative video about this. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. It's all good. It's all love here. It's your boy Darkel just trying to do his part and help the trucking community. And that's what it is, man. You guys stay safe, stay clean out there with COVID-19. Wash your hands, wear your mask. Don't care about what people say. Let's stay safe and keep the rubber down. It's your boy Darkel out. Peace.